Can I start?
Yes, ma'am, you can start.
Yeah, okay, fine. So now we'll design like some basic things. We'll see how exactly we can modulate our signal, either using QPSK, PPSK, or a different modulation techniques we can do. We can see even analyze how we can analyze error magnet, error vector magnitude or bit error rate or cross correlation with respect to the signal. We can analyze the all those things, right, in a system view. Let us see exactly one by one how we can do. To modulate our signal, what are the things we need, right? We are going to see how exactly we can modulate our signal. We can do modulation analysis, okay? To modulate our signal, what are the things we need? That part we are going to see now here, right? All of you open a new, go to file, either open new, take a blank space. If I say new, it will take a, you take a blank, and then click OK. And then click OK. I'll create here more. We are going to see how we can modulate our signal, okay? And what all the terms that can be used to analyze the signal, okay? For example, bit error rate, error vector magnitude. What is the purpose of using all these things? We are going to use. Let's go. I will take new. I'll say blank. I'll say okay. I hope all of you did this part. Okay. Once you say blank, you can name this file. Okay. To name this, just click on save. The entire design. Okay. Click on save. Write the whatever you want to name. I have mentioned here physical design. I have mentioned here PH5 physical design. Anything, whatever you want to say, I'll just say here. Example 1. Okay. And then save. When I save, it name changes. Okay, this is my new one. In this folder, I am going to design all the things for modulating the signal. Okay. So for your purpose, I am doing again. This is already done. I'm again for your to show you people. I'm doing again. Okay. So once you save this, under this example, you will get again some different here. One, you will get a design. You can rename this by right click, rename. Okay, whatever you want. Fine. And this is your schematic design. And in the schematic design, you can again rename if you want, or else let it be as it is. Which it's all left to you. Okay. So I will open one signal here. IQ. This is actual last design. This is. Right? See here. This is my schematic to modulate the signal, right? For this modulating the signal, and even to see bit error rate or the cross correlation of the particular signal, what are the things we need? Okay, so we are doing in terms of system design. Fine. So this is my architecture. This is my design of the to modulate the signal. Fine. To modulate the signal, what all the blocks that we need, we are going to check. Fine. So we need input part. Fine. And for this, whatever the input part that you are going to generate, that should be mapped, right? And once you map, then whatever the signal that you are going to generate, that might be in terms of real and imaginary term, right? So for that reason, we are going to take real and imaginary term. So now I want to filter out, segregate real and imaginary term, or I just want to pass only the required signal and don't want to pass the, if the required signal is not, I mean, if I don't want to pass some of the signal, that I can block, right? So for that, what I'm going to do, for that, we are going to use a filter. Right? So once you are going to use a filter, it is going to separate a real and imaginary term and passes only the required filter according to your filter design, right? So each and every part you can design in ADS, and that can be called here using a co-simulation technique. Okay. So now here I'm not going to do all those things. So I'm going to use existing things. Okay. Once you do the filtering part, then you are going to apply the modulation technique. Here, what type of modulation technique, what is the frequency that you want to modulate at particular frequency, that you can specify over here. Fine. So once you see the modulation, then you can see output at this particular part. If you don't want to see at the modulation part, again you can go for the entire starting from transmitter to a receiver. That's end-to-end design you can do modulation, and this is a demodulation part. Okay, till the whatever thing you have seen, this previously is a modulation part, and this rest is a demodulation part. In case of a demodulation, what all the things you have used in modulation, the same can be used in the demodulation with opposite things. Okay. Fine. So we'll start one by one to modulate the signal. So first, what we want a source signal, right? And then we need to map, and then we need to segregate real and imaginary and filter out the unwanted signal, and then we can modulate our signal using a different techniques, different modulation techniques. Okay. First, I'll show once how to do this this bit symbol. What is this gray? What is this mapper? I'll show once how exactly to do. So based on that, use that, and finally you can after once you know this, I'll stop all doing, and finally I'll directly go to the design. Okay. First, I'll show one by one. First, I will show how exactly the bits are generated. Okay. Fine. So I'll go to my particular physical design. In this design, I have designed bits. So to design bits, see here, I'm not going to do like a circuit design here. I'm just dragging and dropping the particular module for the bits. Okay. See here, this is bit. I have given the name called bit. You can also in this design, fine, you can rename this, right? You took a new blank, right? In the blank, you in the design, you can name this, rename, say bit, rename bit. Okay. Once you rename the bits, you'll appear like this, bits. Or you can take a folder. If you don't want to this, then I'll repeat once again. You can remove this or let it be as it is. Okay. If you don't want, then right click on the design, right click on the design, go for add, go for folder, right? Write your name as bit to generate the bits. Okay. And then say okay. When you say okay, it shows a folder called bits. Fine. In this bits, click on the bit, right click, again add. What you want to add? You want to add design, right? You want to add design windows, the schematic window. For the schematic window, come down, go for schematic. Click on the schematic. All of you. Till you people got here? Click on the schematic. The schematic, and then say you can name anything here. I'll say bit example, EX, bit example. I'll say okay. See here, when I say bit example, it is created a schematic, bit X schematic. Okay. If you don't want this, no, you just right click, delete. The existing you don't want, right click, delete. Okay. On the bits, press on the, click on the schematic. It will open this window. Excuse me. It will open this window, right? Once you open this window, we need to place the components. All right. In the components, that is what part selector. Go to the part selector. Go to the part selector. Current library, let it be algorithm design. That is general. We are going to use a general. And right here, what do you want to generate? We want to generate bits because we are using modulation technique. We are going for a QPSK modulation technique or QAM modulation technique. Okay. Like digital modulation technique we are going for. So I will remove this. I will show you how exactly the bits is generated. Okay. See here, this is how to generate the bits. First here, come to the part selector to the right hand side, go for current library algorithm design, category let it be all, filter by, right here bits, bits. Okay, we have different types of bits. Bits, binary random bit generator, bit shift register. We don't want bit shift register. We don't even want integer to bit converter, fine? Or bits to integer converter. We don't want all those things. See, I want to generate only the bits. Select these bits and drag and drop on the, just click on the bits, get the cursor on the schematic, place it. Then, if this part is done, click on the bits, you can name. Wait, okay, I'll click. See here, if I click here, you got random bits data flow model, right? You got this figure, but you didn't got PBRS, right? Yes, sorry. You didn't got this P pseudo random bit noise, it is actually BRBS. Okay. You didn't got right this. You got this basic random bits data flow model. So double click on this. Now you can name anything here. You can name what exactly you want. You want a random bit, or you want a pseudo random bit, or you want a data flow of bits. Okay. So name that particular bit. I want here pseudo random bit. I can take pseudo random bit, or I can take a random bit, or I can take a random bit with respect to data flow model. Okay. Name anything here. So I mentioned here name pseudo random bit. Okay. Actually PRBS. I just made typing mistake here. Okay. Next, description. If you are going to select description, let it be as it is. In this model, you have to select what exactly the bits you want. You want with respect to data pattern, select that data pattern. You want with respect to the pseudo random, select that. If you want random bits, select that. So I will select the pseudo random bit here. Now, if you are going to select the pseudo random bit, what is this? LFSR, initial stage, length. What is this? Linear. L represent linear, F represent feedback, shift register. Okay, to generate this pseudo random or random bits, we need to have a linear feedback shift register. So this is representing length of your register, initial stage of your register, and the bit rate. And if you want to show advanced parameters, if you click on yes, I want to see advanced parameter, then you click on this, then they say yes. Again, it will show some other parts which is related to this particular sample rate. Okay. If you are not able to understand what all those things, then you go for model help. If you go for model help, it will give particular information about the particular module. I'm just clicking on here. Go to model help. It will give each and every word what is exactly this bits consist of. So the bit name is pseudo random. Okay. And what all it consists of. By default, what is the length of this? Everything is given over here. You can just check and you can do accordingly. Okay. So everything, every information, each and every information is given here. What exactly, what it does, right? What is this, everything. Okay. So we can just go and check. I'll just close this. Currently, I don't need all those things. And then finally say, I'll delete this. Okay. Now I selected here. I selected named as pseudo random generator, and I selected here a pseudo random module, data flow module. Fine. Now you people, all of you modify according to the value. Let it be feedback shift register length be 12, initial stage 1, bit rate, sample rate. I'll say what exactly the bit rate here that you are going to provide now. Okay. So advanced parameter, yes, I want to see advanced parameter, and I'm going to use with respect to time part. Timed from sample rate. Okay. Then click all those things and then say okay. Then this is how I'm going to generate the signal. And then take to see the output, you have to use 1, 2, 3. Nothing but it is called as a sink. SINK. Now in filter by, go to part selector. In filter by, write sink. Then take 1, 2, 3 sink. Don't take any other things. Go for sink. 1, 2, 3 sink. That is data sink. Select data sink and place over here. All of you done? This is part is placed. Now I want to run. If you want to run the signal, either you can use directly or you can run here. Right click, add, right click on the bits, add, go for analysis, go for data flow analysis. We are going for data flow analysis. Right click on bits, add, go for analysis, and then click on data flow analysis. Once you're done with the data flow analysis, you will get, I'll show here. Once you go for data flow analysis, you will get this kind of pop-up window. This pop-up window, you can name as bit analysis. Fine. Let it be this as it is. In the design, you have to select what you want. Hello. Hello. Okay. In the name, you can name as bit analysis. In the design, you have to mention what you want to analyze, that file. Okay. That schematic, it should be there. That is what bit example. I mentioned here bit example, right? Bit example that you want to analyze. So that is what it is, bit example. If you want, you can give any description. And then here, see, I already showed you start, stop time. Now, I'll go for the sampling rate 2. Let us module, that is, let us take 2 samples, 2 megahertz sample rate. Okay. Let the number of samples be the 2. Or let take 21 samples. Let the number of samples be 21 or a power of 2. So when you are going to take a sample rate 2, automatically it is reduced by, the timing space will be reduced by 2 because it is half, right? 1 by 2. Sample rate is time, that is, it is equals to half, time spacing. That is time spacing equals to sample rate by 2. So it is answer is 0.5. That is 1 divided by 2. Okay. So you say just okay. And before saying okay, you just say calculate now. Say okay, it's done. Again have to go back sheet. See here, when I say okay, see here what is, see in the left side, see my screen here. This is pink color DF1 bit example has no data. Why? Because I did not calculate anything. I just say set up this value and said okay. So the reason there is no data. Again, what you are going to do? Double click on this, then go for calculate now. When you say calculate now, it will analyze and it will give a result. Okay. So it is showing there is some schematic error. As, it cannot be simulated. Is the same answer for you all people? See, I should get this answer. I'll run again. This is I'll do. I took sample rate 2 and you can take any number of samples, power of 2 or something. Sample rate I took at 2 megahertz, right? 2 megahertz I took a sample rate, and number of samples can be anything, either power of 2 or 21, whatever you want, and just say calculate now. Bit example, why it is taking bit example? Sorry, it is showing previous data. Okay, fine. So my already, I'll remove this part. So now you see the figure. See, this is the figure. There's a bit. This is particular time slot. The signals is generated. Fine. And if you want to see in terms of a tabular column or the data, you go for this symbol. Go for this symbol. Double click. It will show the particular symbol value. Fine. This is your S2. Where exactly this S2? See, this is your sync. That is output part. S2 is your output part. It is going to give with respect to time signal as well as number of bits generated. It is a pseudo random bits generated. Fine. So this is the no, bits generated. Okay. So this for how many points it is generating? It is a power of 2. That is 2000. It is generating 2488 because we set up the number of samples as power of 2. Fine. So this is the symbol it is going to generate. Fine. This is what all of you got the same. If you want, you can change in the bit analysis. You can change the value. Yeah, number of samples can be changed or sampling rate can be changed. Fine. You can change any. Can take any value over here, either 2000 or 21 or whatever it is, or 128, whatever it is you want. You can take. Those samples will be generated at the frequency of 2 megahertz. Okay, you can change. If you whenever you change, you make sure that you are going to press the calculate now. You say calculate now, then only will data will be generated, or else data will not be generated. Okay. So this is how you are going to generate the bit. Fine. So this is how you are going to generate the bit. If you want to generate a random bit generator, then just press here random generator. Then whatever you want, you can change according to your things. Then you say okay. Okay. Then again you go for analysis and then calculate now. Fine. Till here it is clear. So how you are going to generate the bit? Fine. I'll close this part now. Now once I will open the main graph, main scene. This part is generated. Now we are going to modulate the signal, right? So for modulating signal, what are the things we need? We need input signal, then mapping the signal, then filter routing the passing only the required filter, and then to modulate the signal. Fine. So this part I want to generate. So now what is the purpose of gray code here? I hope you know all, but still I'm going to say here. In modulation technique, if you are going to use a gray code, it is used to synchronize the bits. That is, there is a difference of only 1 bit between the two bits. Okay, there is a difference of only 1 bit. Fine, that's the reason that you are going to use the gray bits. Fine. So now go for again, go for the design, click on the design, right click, again add, again folder. Fine. Again in folder, go for design, again press the schematic. Fine. Once you set the schematic, again you will get, once you add schematic, don't forget to name the folder. Okay, this is folder name. I created a code map. I'll show once more. Design, add, go for design, press schematic. When you say schematic, it will new pop-up window will open saying that name. Okay, so write the name code map. Okay, to map the code, because we need to map the code, right? What we are going to generate. So for that code map, I'll show this. This is a circuit. This is a build system. This is map. This is a pseudorandom that we generated already. Fine. Next, gray code. Let it be algorithm in the part selector. Go to part selector. Let it be algorithm design. Right here, gray code. Gray. Okay. Gray code. Take a forward, not a backward. Gray code encoder. Okay. Take a gray code encoder. Place for here. Okay. Once you place, then double click on the gray code. Gray encoder. Gray encoder. And you can say how many bits, number of bits, you can say 2, and bit order 1 to MS bit. Okay, If you want to again see, you can go for module help, you can see what exactly the design it is. Okay. Then press gray encoder, done. Then connect bit and the gray encoder. Fine. And then next, go for part selector, right here mapper. Right here mapper. And select the mapper, you should get this mapper. Okay. Now click on the mapper, what type of modulation you want. Okay, double click on the mapper. You can see what type of modulation you want. You want BPSK, QPSK, QAM, or your user defined. Whatever the things. See, these many things are available for with us. In system view, these many modulation techniques are available. You can go for APSK 4096 QAM, find user defined modulation techniques or different QPSK, right? And even PSK, BPSK. Fine. I'm just taking one QPSK. I'm not going in much. So later you can design according to your things. Later you can design. So I'm just taking one QPSK modulation technique and then say okay. Okay. So this is all done. Next is this is sync. Select again, go to part selector, click on the sync. Fine. Click on the sync and drag and drop. Now here, double click on the sync. Double click on the sync. Again, see what all the things are it is available here. It can be used automatic mode or a sampling mode or the time, only time. You can use any of the technique. I'm just going to here use a automatic and then say okay. If you want any equations to be added, you just click on the equation. Wait a second, it's coming. So you can add equation over here. Okay. If it is there, this is your equation part. I'm not interested in equation currently, so I'm not going to add any kind of equations over here. Fine. Next, this is done. Again, save it, and right click. Directly you can run this with help of this analysis, or direct go to the code map, right click, add analysis, then data flow analysis. Once you write data flow analysis, fine. Again, you will get a pop-up window saying that this. Again, this you will get. Again, let it be, because we have set a sampling rate as 2 megahertz and number of samples is power of 2. Let it be as it is, because at the bit we have mentioned the same thing, no? Then again say calculate now. Once you're done with the calculate now, then you should get the solution like this. You should get this part. This one more window is available. Code map design analysis window. So what it is giving here? Code map design analysis window. Why am I not getting the output? Okay, see, if I click on this green bit box, double box, so you'll get yes2. It has a different values of real and imaginary term. Okay, it is generated with respect to yes2 time also, with respect to right. Then I'll minimize this and then I can see my, oh yeah, this part I have to show this how to do, right? How this trajectory has come. How this trajectory has come. I'll show you how exactly this. Okay. So this figure you should get. To get this figure, to get this figure, to get this figure, click on code map, add, graph, add, go to the graph. In graph, you will get another pop-up window. In that, what you want to see? You want to see constellation diagram, fine. Eye diagram, cross relation, where it is. I'll just press trajectory of what? S2, because mine is S2, right? Sync is S2. So just click on the S2 and then say okay. Okay. So you will get this graph. You will get this graph. This is with respect to mapping the code. Okay. So till we are here, we got This mapper has generated real and imaginary term, right? So we need to separate real and imaginary term. I'll close this part. Now this till this part is done, right? Now I have this has generated real and imaginary part. So to segregate this real and imaginary part, I need to use real and imaginary part. Okay. Then see here. Now use here. So real and imaginary part, right? This has generated complex to rectangular form. So here write CX2 RECT. Complex to rect. Complex to rect. Don't use M here. There are two, right? Use the only without M. Without M you should use because we are not using any matrix form. So we have to use only CX2 rectangular, complex to rectangular. Then drag and drop over here. Okay, so I will check where it is. Code map is done, right? So I'll go with the filter. So first again, sorry. Again go on the design, create folder, and name as a filter. Okay, name as a filter. Then click on the filter, right click, add design, schematic. Okay. Then you write filter design, name of the filter design. So you create this. Okay. You have to create this. Right. You take this after this. Are you people following me? Are you people following me?
Yes, ma'am.
See, what I have did, all the whatever the previous things, I am getting all the things in the new schematic. One folder I'm creating. In that folder, I'm getting the older version. That is what from the bits. See here, from the bits, what I've created here. In the bits, whatever I've created this bit, I have just copied and I placed in the code map here. Okay. And then further, this code map, what I've generated in the bits, no, that I've copied and placed here. And then rest I copied. Rest I have brought from part selector. Again, this entire design, again I copied here and I placed in filter. This entire part. See here, this three part I have copied. This three part I have copied and I placed in the another schematic. Okay. Filter. Right. What here? Right click on the design, add design analysis, name the design as filter. Right. Filter design. Then you select this. So here complex to rectangular you took, right? Drag and drop. Next we have to select filter. FILTER filter. Now there are multiple filters are there. What filters you want? Fine. You take low pass filter. Select where exactly the low pass filter it is. If it is not, you are not able to find, then you can use a general filter. Take this FILTR filter, generic filter. Take this generic filter. Take only one generic filter. I'll show this. Okay. And place on the schematic. Now double click on this module. Double click on this module. See here. Whatever filter you want. There are multiple filters we have. See, the filter is low pass. Whatever filter you want to create. Low pass, high pass, band pass, custom. Whatever you want, you can select this. I'm going to select. If you want FIR or the IR filter. Fine. FIR filter, IR filter. Whichever you want, you can take. Fine. I'll take FIR filter. I can take either the Gaussian or the raised cosine. I'll go with the raised cosine. Fine. Now, if you're going to select a raised cosine, you have to provide the input sample rate. Right. So here we have taken a sample rate as a 2 megahertz. So mention here 2 megahertz. And you know all this design with respect to filter, right? Passband frequency, stop band frequency, interpolation, dissipation, maximum order of the filter, everything. Okay, if you press here Gaussian, so it will show the Gaussian response here. I did not say anything here, symbol rate. Okay, this all the things you should get a Gaussian response. And then if you want, you can use envelope or complex or multiple, whatever it is. Data type, what type of you want. You want floating, fixed point, complex, or the envelope. That part you can take. And if you want to select the graph, magnitude, the phase, it will display here. It will display here actually. I hope you people are getting display. Actually, I'm not getting because I did not define anything over here, so I'm not getting. I'll show here. Fine. I'll show here in the graph. Here, I took the raised cosine filter. I'll go here, filter design option. See what all I did in filter design option. I took a low pass filter, raised cosine. Now you people modify according to this. Symbol rate is equal to, this is input symbol rate is equal to sample rate by 2. Fine. And then you mention a symbol rate equals to sample rate by 2 here. Then roll off is equal to 0.35. Square root, yes. I don't want to see equalization. Length, let it be 2. And as per the number of symbols, from 2 to number of symbols, it should go. Okay. So I want to see magnitude as the impulse response. So this is the graph I'm going to get. This is raised cosine. Right. So this is with respect to magnitude and this is with respect to the impulse response I'm going to get. Then you say if this design is active, then you say design and then okay, close the window. Mine is here not active because I'm already selected here, already did. If I change here something, see now it is active. I can say design and then say okay, done. The same, make a copy and then place one more. Now you connect this imaginary one and imaginary real part to another filter, and then take to sync. Okay, delete this part. Then take two syncs, go for the connection. Then again, keep on the filter, right click, go for analysis. In case of analysis, what you are going to do? You are going to go for data flow analysis. In case again data flow analysis, what you are going to do? You can go for the power of 2. You can go here, sample as a 2. Okay. Then calculate now. Once you calculate now, you should get the values. I did not calculate, so it is not giving. I will calculate once again. I will this filter design right to a number of samples. Okay. Calculate now. Yes, I calculated. Then finally check on this filter design. So you got again the values. Okay. So you see here you got the different values. S1 and the S2 because I used two sync, right? So this is two values I got. S2 is the real part and S1 is the imaginary part. You can see here the graph. So this is your S1 and so this is your S1 and wait, I'll check. I'll zoom. Which is your S1 and S2. This is your S2. This is your S1. So I'm plotting with respect to the imaginary part. You can see. And if you want to see with respect to S1, then this is your S1. Click on S1, get the value of S1. Okay. Then if you want to plot the graph, either you can right click on S1, add graph. Okay. New graph. It will display new graph. Or S2 also you can display. So I will do here. It's already there. This is my graph. I think 1 second. It's something wrong. Mint. 1 second. Till the time you people please do it. I think my system you got stuck. Wait a minute. By the time you people run and analyze your graph, so that I'll do. So I'll close my system view. Fine, you should analyze your signal with respect to 2 megahertz. Okay. Five minutes. All of you people, please try to do and analyze it. Analyze the signal. So we took two filters. For one is real and one is for imaginary. Now we'll go for the modulating the signal, right? I think. Wait a minute. I hope you people able to understand till. Just a minute. Actually, I closed the system view unknowingly, so it's opening. It will take some time. Just a minute. 5 minutes. By the time you people analyze the signal, you can change the sampling rate. You can change the number of samples and see the so that further we can modify. Even you can change the bit error. I mean bit rate. Sorry, bits number of bits. Either you can take a pseudo random. You can check different signal techniques and then see what is the output that you are going to get. Is it similar or is it different? Fine. By the, just 2 3 minutes. I'll come back. I'll share the screen. I means all of you please check the modulation, like what a signal has been generated, how this real and imaginary part is changing with respect to different bits. Okay, either pseudo random or data flow data pattern. You just check. It is not like you should go with respect to my flow. You can change, you can modify whatever you want. You have a like full-fledged license for 7 days. You can like do anything, whatever you wanted. Means you can, according to your design, you can change, can modify, do whatever exactly. Okay. I hope you people able to see my screen. Are you people able to see my screen? Shruti ma'am, can you confirm?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible.
Yeah, okay, fine. Sorry for this inconvenience. By mistake I closed my window. Anyway, okay, fine. This part is done, right, Tilia? This entire thing copy. You can press select all, control A to copy entire thing, and then so that we can create one more schematic. Okay, copy this entire thing, control A, select that is control C. Okay, select all and copy. And so this is with respect to filter design is done. Okay, now I'll go with respect to the modulation technique. Fine, IQ modulation technique. So again, go for design, right click, go for design, right click, add, design, and then schematic. Okay, name the schematic as IQ modulation design. That is IQ mod design. Double click on this. Double click on this. Right? Then you got the schematic, right? You got the schematic. Places. Control V. Paste. Paste the whatever you have copied that. If you got the same, till here you should get, right? Till filter you should get. Fine. You should get till filter. After copying filter, the sync part is there, that part you can remove. You can delete that part. Fine. Next, you need to use the modulation technique, right? Now, say go for the part selector. Let it be algorithm design. Go for modulation. Click on the filter modulation. See again we have got one for digital modulation. One minute. Okay. Okay. Check here. Modulator. Select modulator. Don't go for digital modulation. You just go for modulator. General modulator. You should appear like this. Go to part selector. Go for modulator. You should get 5 pins. One is chord output. One is just output. We want this output to see. I don't want to see this chord output currently. Just want to see output with frequency, real and imaginary term. Okay. You got this? I'll delete this. Now I'll click on this modulator. Connect the modulator. Double click on the modulator. Double click on the modulator. You can name anything, whatever you want, either modulator or M2, whatever. If it is by default, if you want to okay with the default, then go for okay. Then there's a modulator with respect to data flow. Input type. You can select input type, whether you want IQ, I want to see real imaginary part. You can see amplitude with respect to phase and the frequency. Okay, whichever you want. Carrier frequency, I will take 1 gigahertz. You can take whatever. Okay. So I'll keep one this as it is and let it be less as it is and just say okay. Okay. Then connect this modulator output. Just see output is connecting to sync and output of another you are going to connect with the spectrum. Okay. Take two things. One is you take sync and one is spectrum analyzer. Take both of the things and then connect with respect to modulation output, modulator output. Okay. Then after this connection, then go for this IQ modulator, right click, add analysis. Okay. Data flow analysis, I have already there. So I will go here, data flow analysis. Then again sample rate 2 because we took a sampling rate as a 2 megahertz, the power of 2, then say okay. Then calculate now. Once you calculate now, you got this another pop-up window. See, we have which you want to see with respect to phase, with respect to phase frequency, power, whichever you want, you can see. This is with respect to spectrum analyzer. See here, which is your spectrum analyzer, that you need to be careful. I'll close this part. If you want, you can name S1. See here, S2 is the sync. S2 is with respect to sync, and S1 is a spectrum analyzer. You can change the name if you want. If you want to change, you can click on the spectrum analyzer. Instead of 2, you change your spectrum analyzer. Okay, so that will be easy and convenient for you. So I keep as it is. So I'll check. S2 is a spectrum analyzer, S1 is a sync. Okay, so I'll check with respect to S1, with respect to power, with respect to S1 and S2. Okay, so this is the output you got. If you want, you can plot graph here. In fact, whichever you want, you can plot the graph. Just right click on the particular term, then add graph. Okay. If you don't want to add over here, then you can directly go for IQ mode, add graph. Okay. Once you add graph, you got this. You should get this kind of a signal. Oh, sorry, this graph. No, how you got this? I'll show how you got that particular graph. This is the spectrum graph. Okay. This is power plot. How you got this graph? Okay, just go right click, add graph, and then select what you want. You want to say cancellation of what? S2 or S1? See here, only S2 is available. Just press S2, then say yes. Then say okay. So I got graph. This is the cancellation diagram. Okay, and this is graph 3. To get a graph 3 also, again right click, add whatever you want to add the particular graph. That graph should be added here. Now with respect to what I want to add, with respect to spectrum means I'll add with respect to IQ modulation data, with respect to S1 power. Okay, then I'll get another graph. Whatever you select, that part you will get. Okay, this is what you have got. I hope all of you got this graph. Fine. If not, please let me know now itself. I'll explain once again this graph, how to get. Once you're done, this is your how modulation technique can be done. No need to design the entire thing with respect to modulation part. Fine. you can just drag and drop the module already built, and according to your design, you can change the, means you can vary the values. Okay. According to your design, you can vary the particular values, whatever you want. Right. So this is your modulated, because we are doing with respect to QPSK, you got the QPSK modulation. Okay. So we got a 4 point. This is IQ modulation. Fine. Now let us see how exactly this bit error IQ modulation, that is QPSK modulation. We have seen this QPSK modulation. This is a diagram for this QPSK modulation. Nothing extra over here. Whatever is existing there, we took that existing module in the library, from the library, and then we modified the things according to our design. Then we perform the simulation. We analyze the signal. We analyze the QPSK, right? Now, what we did, we have studied how to create bits. We studied how to map. We studied how to create a filter, and we studied how to analyze the modulation techniques. Okay, you can take here, you can design, means you can take any different modulation technique. It is not fixed. You can take any modulation technique, QAM, QPSK, BPSK, PSK, right? You can take any modulation technique with any different range, either 16-bit or 8-bit, or depends upon the power of 2. Okay, that you can take. Right. Now we'll see error vector magnitude and bit error rate and cross correlation. Okay. If time permits, I'll go with the FM receiver design. Fine. Now we'll go with the error vector magnitude. So already created. You close this entire part, but before closing, you just copy this entire figure again, because we are going to do from here only. We'll see for this modulation analysis how exactly we can measure the error vector EVM and the bit error rate, and how exactly cross correlation can be done. Fine. I hope I'm audible. So I'll close all this graph, means windows. So I'll go again here. I already created respect to correlation. Okay. So cross correlation, it is not GDS, it is bit lengthy. Okay. So before cross correlation, I'll show you one design with respect to the cross correlation, basic design of cross correlation, so that you can analyze. I'm not going to explain anything. I'll just take two signals, maybe of different two signals, and we are going to correlate each other. Okay, that is cross correlation. Fine. I'll take example of cross correlation which is already existing here. Fine. And based on this, once you analyze cross correlation, so that we can you can analyze this entire design easily. Okay. Wait a minute. It's already here. Okay, this is a cross correlation. This is a signal that this is the explanation. I just took an example. Fine. This is example of this is a notes written. Fine. About the cross correlation. And just minimize. And this is a graph how we are going to correlate with both the signals. Fine. This is a cross correlation with particular. Okay. This is the schematic structure of how exactly cross correlation does. Okay. I'll explain this figure and just close this.
Person you're calling is not answering. Please try later.
See here. Already bits we have generated. Fine. Bits can be in the format of return to 0 or non-return to 0. This is another noise signal that you are going to add. That is a Gaussian signal that you are going to add. I showed you one example, right? Adding 3 signals. One is 2 sine signal and one is a Gaussian with a noise. So I'm going to take here bit and then Gaussian signal. Right? This bit, we are showing a cross correlation, right? Cross correlation is what is exactly is representing. We are taking 2 signals and 2 different signals which are not even related to each other, and we are making 2 relate. Fine, that is a cross correlation, right? So I'm taking a bit and a delayed version of other. One is as it is, one signal is as it is,
Sir,
which
yes,
is
tell me, yes,
bit
tell me.
format is
I
non-return to
have
0,
sent one link
and this is
mail
a
now.
signal.
Morning, I saw that, no? That one only, right?
Yeah.
That Bangalore, some.
Yes,
that they have,
workshop.
Yeah, but today I could not attend. I had that project Viva today morning.
No, that's fine. Now, morning session is theory. Now hands-on is going on.
Okay.
That system,
There is no registration or anything. See the
nothing.
Okay. Hello. Yeah. I hope I'm audible. See here, for cross correlation, I'm taking two signals. Fine. This is one signal adding with a noise. One is a delayed version of the original signal. So this signal is delayed and given to taken as a bit non-return to 0. Okay, bit format is non-return to 0, and one is a signal that is with a non-return to 0 without any delay. So those two signals are adding here, right? One is adding with a noise, fine, and then this signal is going to give a cross correlation module. So one is original signal and the another delayed version with a noise is given to cross correlation. Fine. Then you're going to check the output of this particular things. Fine. So in cross correlation, we have two inputs. One is a delayed and one is as it is. And we are going to check what is the delayed version of the signal and what is the relation of the signal. Fine. So this is how exactly if you people can do it, can you do this schematic, or shall I send the screenshot for the schematic for design? Shruti ma'am, can I send this schematic design? Can I email? Shruti ma'am? Jamna ma'am?
Gayatri madam.
Can any? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Madam, you can take a screenshot and put it in that chat window. So those who
Yeah,
want,
yeah.
they can download and they can use it.
Yeah, fine. I'll do that part only, sir. Thank you, sir. So this is I'll share the screenshot so that you can do analysis for this system. Okay, this for this design. So I will not go in much. And just what I did, this is just example of two signals. One is the delayed version of the original signal. Then we are going for the give the correlation module. And then we are going to see one is a delayed version output and the another is a other output. Okay. So we can analyze this signal. I'll share this screenshot for you people. Okay. So I don't this currently I'll close this. Fine. Okay. This is my complete design now. I have to do. So we have to do. So I need to see cross correlation, right? So for cross correlation, I explained this particular what this model consists of. So we'll do this. Okay. So what I want, I need one original signal and one delayed version of the another signal. Fine. So for this, till we have did here, till we did modulated signal, right? QPSK. This till we did here modulated signal, that is QPSK. Fine. So I'll give here one more. Now we'll go to complete this correlation, cross correlation. We need to have another signal, right? Either we can do from here only, but let us design the entire transmitter transmissive design. Okay. So we take another that modulation is done, right? So let us see demodulation. We should get the original signal, right? We have to see that. So for that, you take a let's complete the design. Go for the part selector. Go for the demod. Select the demod. Take a demodulator. Okay, don't take demodulator underscore M. Okay, don't take M. Take only normal demodulator. Okay. Take demodulator and then place and then connect. Okay. Do it fast.
Okay.
Once you connect, then output type let it be IQ. And the
Okay.
F carrier can take 0.2, rest for 6. Okay. Then let it be as it is, as it is. If you want to keep as it is, let it be as it is. If you want to take a default, you can take a default. Then so okay. Or else you can then connect modulator output to the demodulator input. Okay. Then again take a two filter, make a previous copy of this filter, copy of this filter, copy of the filter, then place over here. Then again change the filter value, sampling rate, everything again. Length, let it be length 32, interpolation 1 and decimation 5. Their interpolation and decimation was opposite. Okay. So here interpolation is 1, decimation is 5. Make these changes. Then say okay. Okay. Then again take real and sorry. There we took a complex to rectangular. We have to take here at the demodulator side, we have to take rectangular to complex. Then select here, then search here RECT rect comp. Don't give the tab. Okay. You can take rect to complex, double rect to complex. You can take place and then connect imaginary and real part. Okay. And then finally go for a demapper because we have used a mapper at the beginning. We have used mapper, right? So we have to use demapper. Demap. Then we have used a gray code. You can use a gray code. If you don't want, you don't use a gray code. Not necessary in this design. Okay. But I'm saying like it is a like practical design, so we have to use a gray code. So gray code, gray encoder. So in gray encoder, again search here for gray encoder. Take another.
What is the role
gray
of
encoder.
mapper, ma'am, here? What is
It
the
is just to
role
map real and imaginary signal mapping, ma'am.
of signal
We are
mapping?
we are get it's
Okay.
mapping of the signals, real and imaginary parts.
Okay, but can't we transmit together, madam, into the modulator? Modulator accepts only real and imaginary parts, is it?
That is what we are doing, ma'am. We are taking a gray encoded signal. We are generating. We
Okay.
are mapping what the we have to map with respect to components, right, ma'am? We cannot take
Yes.
directly without mapping. We cannot. If it does not matches with respect to a particular component, then everything goes wrong. So for that
Yeah,
purpose, we have to
my
use
question is, does the modulator module accepts only real and imaginary parts, or it can be a combined input also?
both, ma'am. It is there both are. See, the real and imaginary part and filter about what is the required signal. Required signal can be passed to the modulator. I don't want to all entire real and imaginary part to be transmitted.
Okay. Okay.
And
Fine.
what you are asking?
My question was whether the modulator module accepts the input signal only in the form of real and imaginary signals, or can it accept a general complex signal?
Both, ma'am.
Both it can
Complex
accept.
signal.
But yeah, but
See,
why
ma'am.
are we separating here, madam? That means why we are
Ma'am,
taking separate?
Why? Yeah, why we are taking separate? You can directly. It means there is no in real and imaginary part. We have many signals, ma'am. I don't want some signals to be transmitted.
Okay.
For that,
Okay.
I'm
Just like multiplexer, no?
filtering out. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I can say that.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Like I'm using only particular filter signal to use only particular signal. I'm filtering out the signal. That's what is happening here. That is what the filter is using. So this complex to rectangular format can be given here because this modulator is accepting both imaginary and real parts. So that is only complex part over here. And we have no separate one individual model that is saying complex and rectangular. We are segregating real and imaginary part. I don't want to pass combining together and pass a signal. I don't want to do that part because again it will become a complicated things.
Okay.
Later I will not able to segregate. If I do all the demodulation, finally I want to segregate what is real and what is imaginary. Then we are not able to segregate. For that segregation part, what we are doing, we are segregating real and imaginary part.
Okay, fine. Got it. Thank you.
So again, this mapping is done. Demodulation filter. Again, we are using we're taking only the we are passing only the required signals, not the entire thing. Again, here we took here complex to rectangular form, right? Complex to rectangular form. Then here we have to use ulta opposite of it because we are at the demodulator side, right? So everything should be like ulta complex to rectangular, rectangular to complex format. So that is here rectangular. You have to select here. Okay, RECT rect. We just type rect. If you're not finding particular word, no, you just select at least half of the word. It will display. So use rectangular to complex. Then demapper. Again, then the gray coder. Sorry, gray decoder. You have to use the gray decoder, not encoder. Okay. Then again in gray and decoder, number of bits let it be 2, and then it was default by 4. Don't use 4 because we are using 2 bits. So one is this one. Then say okay. Then next part is we want to see cross correlation of the signal, right? One is original signal, one is all the modified modulated signal. Okay. So we are going to use here cross correlation. So here in the filter type CRO just this. Okay. Don't use pattern cross correlation. Don't use that part. Use only the cross correlation estimation. Use this part. Click on this, select on this, and get back to here. Get on the schematic. Okay. Then again take 3 sinks. One connect to gray encoder for gray decoder, and another to connect to delay and the cross correlation of the cross correlation module. Okay. So this is entire complete design. Modulating signal. One is this one signal here. You take another sync, connect to the first bit, that is bits. Okay. Here, this is another sync. Then this another bit is directly connected to the cross correlation. Cross correlation has 2 inputs. One is modulated signal, that is completely modulated and demodulated signal, QPSK signal, and the another is direct bit. See here, another signal is direct bit. You can see here. See here, cross correlation. One is completely modulated signal is given here, modulated and demodulated signal is given here, and another signal is given directly the bits to the cross correlation. Now we are going to analyze. How we are going to analyze? Keep on this design, that is module name, add, go for analysis, data flow analysis. Okay. Once you click on the data flow analysis, okay, sample rate, change the sample rate for 2, and you can take any power of 2, then calculate now. Okay, calculate now. Then you will get a graph, that is this part. You can select, you can check any values. It's not coming. I think something is. Okay. Did some mistake? Why this comparing what this? 1 second. One minute. Huh? Yeah, this is here. Sampling 2. Calculate now. Okay, warning is okay, no worry. Fine. And then go for this analysis. Then you can see here in what are the value. You can see cross correlation value, index value, delay value. What is the delay value? You can see what is index value of delay. Delay is 64, something delay is there. Fine. Again, output bits, you can see what are the different bits. And with respect to reference bit also, you can see. You can see output bit and you can compare with the reference bit. See, you can see here. So all the different things we can be seen here. Now, fine. This is all the things we can do here with respect to cross correlation. Fine. I'll close this part. And for graph, you can select each particular individual. They're only in the analysis design data. There only you can select, or you can go for here, add graph, go to the main folder, add graph, what all the terms you want to see, that part you can be added. Okay. That part if you want to add constellation, see whether constellation is there for me. No, I am not getting here. So again, I'll go back, clear mode. Again, I'll go cross correlation. So what are the cross correlation? X signal and the Y signal. Choose what exactly you want. In the cross correlation, what all the things you want to add. Output bit, reference bit, all the things can be selected and you can say okay, and then you get the graph. Okay. So I will not add anything because already done here. So this is the signal of cross correlation. I just added one cross correlation. This is part. Okay. You can just analyze this later. All the things you anyway design is already done with respect to right now. Design is done currently, so you can analyze later. Right. This is with respect to the cross correlation, how exactly can be done. Right. Now I'll go with respect to error vector magnitude. Right. I'll close this part. What all part is left? Okay.
Ma'am, one basic question. What is the significance of this cross correlation values, ma'am? So what we are going to infer from that? Hello?
I hope, yeah, ma'am. I hope you are like you studied like a DSP subject.
Yes, we have done
Yeah,
it. But
yeah.
here in
Hmm.
while estimating BERs, bit error rates, so how this cross correlation plays an important role? What does the value indicate? Like if it is 2.4, if my cross correlation is 2.4, what does it indicate, madam?
Ma'am, it is showing how exactly your signal is relating what exactly that you have modulated. I'm not taking with respect to like particular points here. I'm just saying like in general, what the signal that you have modified. I mean, so what exactly the signal that you are giving and what the exactly the modulated signal, how this both are interlinking each other. Are they really related to each other? Or they are not related to each other? That part we are analyzing. We are like not analyzing exactly the things. We are saying how exactly we can relate the signals with respect to each other.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not like I'm not giving any like a generic answer here, ma'am. I'm just giving here in terms of a general like how this modulated signal can be related with the original signal. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
Is it the
Okay.
original signal?
So that value
relating
has to be more or it has to be less?
Ma'am, that you have to say to me, ma'am, whether the value will be like where it's already modulated and demodulated signal.
Yes.
Modulated signal means what? There will be a change. Obviously, the
Yes.
signal will be changed, right?
Yes.
And I'm demodulating the signal. My reference signal and my output signal should be
match.
same.
Yes.
Should match.
So
That you have to
it's
analyze
like-
and you have to say to me, ma'am, now.
Yes, ma'am. Got it. Now higher the value, more is the mismatch, is it?
Yeah. That's what modulation. I did modulation as well as demodulation.
Okay.
And I'm using a correlation model to relate both the signals.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
correlation is nothing but relating signals with each other, right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
That is the part I'm analyzing here. If your
Okay.
modulated signal, demodulated signal, and the original signal should match, then it is proper. If it is not matching, then obviously signal are not related to each other.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, 2 minutes. I just have my water. So we'll see error vector. Now I have actually in this error vector magnitude. I hope you know this. What is the use of error vector magnitude? Fine. In this case, what is happening here? If the signal is distorted, we can compare this magnitude and phase of this signal in terms of vector, expressing in terms of vector. Okay, so we can see the distorted signal, how exactly this phase and magnitude is varying. So the reason we are going to call it a vector here instead of phase and real and imaginary. So we are going to say as a instead of a magnitude and phase, we are going to say a vector. You know how to calculate all this vector. You are already teaching to the students. You know all better than me. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. Fine. Again, we'll in this module, in this schematic, we'll see both error vector magnitude as well as a bit error rate. We are going to, what is exactly the bit error rate? Bit error rate representing here how many bits are corrupted. Fine. That is giving a bit error rate here. How many bits are distorted by the noise or corrupted or interference or impairments. Okay, these are the multiple things the bits are get corrupted or get error in the whatever the signal has been, bits has been passed. How many bits are error? Right? How many bits are not properly appeared due to different noise techniques, either noise or distortion or the interference or the like spurious, different techniques are there no, with those. So the reason for that to check, we are going for the bit error calculation. And even we need to see if you want to measure the magnitude in the phase in terms of vector, then you can go for vector magnitude. And if you want to find the error, we can go for error vector magnitude. Right. So there is just a basic I'm giving here. I'm not going much deeper. So this is again the block diagram. Same block diagram, I'm doing nothing. Only two modules I'm going to add. One is error vector magnitude. One is bit error rate. Okay. So this is my, everything is same here. I am not adding any kind of extra over here. Only one thing I'm adding here. In the previous diagram, I did not add delay. Now I am going to add delay with the original signal. That is your modulated signal, and this is a delay. So to add this delay, go for the part selector. You can make a note of it. I'll zoom it. You can type here delay. Type here delay. Take a delay. There are again multiple delays are there. You take only one delay, which is not variable delay. Okay, just normal delay. You take delay, connect to the sync. Okay. And here delay you modify. You vary the value of n, number of delays 64. Okay. And then say okay. Fine. I'll zoom out. See here. So this is my input signal. This is my, till here is a same that it generated copy from the previous schematic and again place in the new schematic. You already know how to create a new folder. So do all the steps, follow the steps. Fine. Then you create the bits. This is already created. This is just add a delay, connect this wire to delay, then one sync. This gray code mapper, imaginary filter, everything remains same till demodulation filter and imaginary. Okay. And then again here till mapper and the gray code until cross correlation. This part everything remains same. Only two terms to be added here is error vector magnitude. You take, I'll zoom out. Actually, I've did some. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I want you to people correct me now. This. See, this is you select here. You type here error vector magnitude EVM, or you can type either EVM or entire word error vector magnitude. Then select and the place. Okay. Make a note of all those things. If it is any change in the, double click on the module. Double click on the module. Just make a note of all those things. What I mentioned here. Start symbol rate, result length, modulation type, filter, reference filter. These are all the things you please just modify. I'll give some time. Modify it. Start time is 64 to the power minus 6. Symbol rate is 1 to the power 6. Result length is 1000. Modulation type is 1 QPSK. Filter is none. Reference filter we are using raised cosine. Alpha is 0.5. Test symbol result no. Continuous mode also no. I don't want to use continuous mode. I just want only one time. I don't want to use continuous varying. I don't want to use continuously varying mode. Okay. Then say okay. Fine. And then at the imaginary part, what we did here, we collected error vector magnitude. Okay. Next, if you want, you can connect this, or you can analyze. Fine. You can analyze here itself, or you can. The previous was a delay. No, delay is connected to the cross correlation. Instead of connecting to this part, you can directly connect to the cross correlation and again analyze the signal. Analyze this part and let me know what exactly you got, so that you will get error vector magnitude. I have not plotted this because I think I am somewhere wrong. Yeah. Complex developer. I had made some mistake in this design. I hope you people will do correctly. Everything is remain same. It is taking something, somewhere something I have mentioned, did wrong in the graph, in the schematic. I don't know where I'll correct it later. You please do it this now, right now. I'll show you the graph later. You can here connect this to imaginary part to error vector magnitude. Fine. And then this cross correlation remains the same. Fine. You add one more bit, this one more module, bit error rate. You can write here BER. Type here BER, bit error rate. You can take bit and frame. Don't take any other things. You just take bit first one and place. Now here are all the things you are going to connect. Test you are going to give to the cross correlation input X. For cross correlation, you are going to get two inputs from the gray decoder and from the bit error rate. Okay, that is with respect to Y, and the X you are going to connect from reference to the cross correlation, and one is delayed version of the signal. I'll show you exactly. See, this delayed version of the signal is given for error rate, and the input is given for the cross correlation. Okay, so this you are going to calculate. Now you run and show me what exactly the output that you are going to get. As I did some mistake here, I'll check this later. If you people are getting answer properly, then it's correct. Right click, analyze. Right click. Sorry, not here. Right click, add, analysis, and then data flow analysis. Okay. Once you do data flow analysis, you can select calculate now. I'll get answer wrong because I have did some mistake. Fine. I want you to correct me at least this part, because everything is same. I am not doing any extra thing. I am adding two models. One is error bit EVM and another is bit error rate. That's it. I'm not doing anything. I got a previous answer. Why I'm not getting answer is I just want from your end at least one. Anybody? This may be created intentionally wrong or may not be created intentionally wrong. I want the answer from you from your end. So this is with respect to the error bit, sorry, EVM, bit rate, and the cross correlation and how to analyze the modulation technique. and how we can generate the bits. Fine. These are all the things that can be done here. Okay. So I want you to analyze. So whatever I have generated, whatever I have did, if you want, I'll share with you all people schematic diagram, a screenshot of this, so that you can try to analyze or you can modulate your own things. If you have any kind of a design using QPSK or any modulation techniques, then you can design using a system view. Okay. Try exploring the examples of all the related things. You can go for help. You can select multiple things, topics and index. You can go for example explore. You can explore the example, different examples, not only with respect to these basic things. You can go for with respect to phased array antenna design or the 3GP standard like GSM, MIMO. Multiple things are available. You can just go for it. Okay. So this is with respect to the basic things. Fine. I want you to analyze and say me the answer for this. For EVM and the bit error, why I'm getting an error? I'm getting an error, but I don't know whether you people are getting error or not. If you're not getting error, it's well and fine. But I am getting error, you need to correct me. At least this part. Everything is same, nothing I did, nothing I modified. I just explained the previous, taking the previous schematic and explained. Nothing I did extra here. Right? Anyway, so I'll continue with the FM receiver. Shall I continue with FM receiver? I want answer from you for this design, for this graph. At least show me the graphs. Sampling rate is 2 megahertz. Okay, don't forget sampling rate is 2 megahertz for all I have given. And I took a power of 2. Okay, 2048 points I took. Number of sample points is 2048. So take that 2048 in the calculation point and then analyze and say me the show at least graph. I'm not saying that you show me the particular graph. What exactly and how you are going to relate that part. Okay. So I'll close this part. Okay, I will go for another. I think I have FM receiver. I have did my schematic. Okay, I deleted my schematic itself. Very nice. Okay. Shall I continue with the FM receiver? It will take another 30 minutes. Is it okay, all you people, or shall we continue? Or any questions or any queries? Shruti ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there. Yes, you can ask
Shall I
questions
continue, ma'am?
if you have anything to ask.
Because I need another 30 to 45 minutes to complete this FM
Okay.
receiver design. Because I have deleted my design itself. I already created design. I forgot. I don't know how, somehow it got deleted.
Okay, please do
So it will
respond.
take. Yeah, shall I continue with the FM receiver design? I'll go with FM receiver design, or else I can continue tomorrow. Or if any questions, I can go with the questions.
Shall we continue? Yes, we will continue tomorrow. We got the
Yes, ma'am.
response, ma'am. So we can continue tomorrow. Is that fine, ma'am?
Okay. Yeah, fine, ma'am. No worry, no worry. We can continue
Okay.
tomorrow. No worry.
Yes, participants, please follow the link for the feedback for today's session. That is a day 1 session. I have posted in chat box as well as in the WhatsApp group. So follow that. And with respect to today's session, if you have any doubts, so you can ask now.
If I'm not able to clarify, or you can put me the mail so that I'll respond you
Yes,
through mail.
yes. If you still want to try and if you get any doubts, then you can ask through mail. Is that fine?
Yeah, ma'am, it's fine for me. No worry.
Then can we conclude?
Yeah, ma'am. I have no issue. If like participants are okay, I can conclude, ma'am.
Okay. Is we'll conclude the session today. So tomorrow, I'll just share the link for tomorrow's session. So follow the session, and it is at 10 o'clock. So you can join the session at 10 o'clock. So I already mailed you the session link, so you can follow that session link. Okay. So please do fill the Google form for the feedback of today's session. Okay. So try out this hands-on session again. If you come with any queries, you can mail to Gayatema. Is it fine?
Ma'am, I think, yeah, ma'am, someone has asked me question
Yes.
regarding, one second, one minute, regarding the licensing part. Licensing part, only my sales team will be knowing. They'll only say to me, means, they'll say to the licensing part. I cannot, I mean, I have no authority to say about the licensing cost, ma'am. You can ask to, on the licensing part, you can ask to Srinivas sir. He will say about the licensing cost. And one more thing. System will help to do in research in the domain of 5G and 6G. 5G, obviously it will helpful in the 5G because multiple library files are available with respect to 5G. You can take the 5G model library, from the library, you can drag and drop what I just showed. No, the same thing you can do it, but you should have your original design. For example, if you are going to create an amplifier design, you should have all the basic things with respect to particular frequency slot. That is, if you are going to for 5G, we have two different frequencies. That is FR1 and FR2. FR1 ranges with respect to frequency is 3.125, and more than 3.125 is all FR2 till 28 gigahertz, right? 28 point some change is that gigahertz FR2 ranges. If you are going to, if you know the particular frequency, and then you are going to design the for the particular frequency, then you can use. You cannot do it. It is more helpful in research, especially for 5G, 6G, even for the basic also. If you're going to use a system view, then it is going to helpful with respect to system level design. If you want to use at a circuit level, then you have to use ADS. If you have ADS, then you can design your own circuit with respect to FR1 frequency or FR2 frequency. Then you can use that what you have created in ADS that can be used in system level design. It is not a worry. We can do multiple things. Even if you, for example, if you want to do a small if you want to do research, for example, if you take any small changes you made in the amplifier, that is also any research, right? It is not like it's not any research. If you small change in the amplifier, if it's a small change in the PLL or anything, if whatever you are going to design, if you modify small changes, if your small changes leading to an extraordinary thing, then that is also a research. You can do from the scratch till the end. No, you cannot use a license after 7 days because it is a paid version. For this FDP program, we have provided a 7-day license. If you want, you can ask to Srinivas, sir. I'll give his number. Shruti madam will share with you.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
good.
We will do that.
Yeah, it is very good software with respect to research point of view. There is no doubt because almost all, I will say that more than 30 to 40 or around 50% people, MNC companies are using this ADS software, especially Mercedes-Benz. They are using the basic of the basic ADS software for designing basic things. Mercedes-Benz. And even government customers like, what is the name that is? CAPS, Center for Airborne, something it's there. Those customers also using System View, and even I think Bell also they are LRD. They are also using the System View and ADS, and multiple IIT colleges are using like ADS EMPRO System View. There are multiple colleges are also they're using. Even RV college is using, and they already RV college is using System View in their syllabus. for 7th or 8th semester, they're using in their syllabus for basic designs. Yeah, you can focus like if you have ADS system, then you can focus on basic circuit designs and a normal, to some extent, system level design, I can say. If you use ADS, you can do all the physical layer designs. No worry at all. There is no doubt. Any design you can do. Even you can do design oscillator, PLL, amplifier, all the multiple circuit means you can do all the circuit level designs. That is physical level design in ADS. And we have all the till updated till today updated library files available in ADS as well as the system view. Yeah, I can provide my phone number. I think Shruti madam will provide my phone number.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We'll do it, ma'am. Abdul sir
yeah,
will provide you.
Yeah, my phone number and my mail ID, madam, will share with you. If you have any doubts, you can call me or you can mail me.
Yes, ma'am.
In fact, we like to use system level, circuit level for research in 5G. Can you please highlight more on this? Yes, for sure, Pakka. But circuit level, I have to show the ADS. I'll show tomorrow, if time permits, ADS software, how exactly it supports. And anyway, system level is going. Tomorrow, I'll show you how exactly the like end-to-end system can be designed. Tomorrow, Pakka, for sure, I'll show you RF design as well as the FM design, so that you'll be familiar how exactly it can be used. And with respect to 5G, actually, mine is an older version. I have to update my older version so that library files are available for 5G. Currently, I don't have 5G library files in my system to show. Or else I would shown to you. Yeah, in ADS, I have system like 5G libraries. I'll show you tomorrow for sure. Any other questions?
Queries? Yes. I think we can conclude now.
Yeah, fine, sure, ma'am.
Yes, thank you all
thank
of
you
you.
all.
Yes, ma'am, we just continue.
Yeah, thank you all for listening me patiently. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Now we can
Thank you,
continue.
participants, for the very interactive and attractive participation, as well as Gayatri ma'am for the interactive sessions and attractive sessions. Thank you all. And thank you, Muthukumar sir.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome, madam. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll catch by 10 o'clock, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I just
Yeah,
share
okay.
you the link now. You
Okay.
can join at 10 tomorrow morning.
Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. Okay, ma'am, fine, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care.